This week on Fireside News, radioactive wasps were found outside a nuclear plant in South Carolina. Don't worry, they say it's fine. Meanwhile, in Ohio, a woman whose car got repossessed by a dealership didn't get mad. She got even. She bought the dealership's name and slapped them with a cease and desist. It's just savage. Oh, over in the world of science, meet the world's oldest baby, born from an embryo frozen since 1994. This kid technically predates Wi-Fi, Amazon, and most of Gen Z. In California, a guy was caught on camera stealing from a Little League facility. $4,000 in gear gone. Imagine explaining to your cellmate that you're in for robbing a middle school baseball team. And finally, in Montana, a wedding almost didn't happen after vandals destroyed the venue. Tables flipped, decorations trashed, but the community came together and saved the day. Proof that love and, well, duct tape always wins. Strap in, it's all coming up today on Fireside News. If you ever thought this sounds like the start of a Marvel movie, well then congratulations, because you are correct. A radioactive wasp nest was just discovered outside a nuclear facility in South Carolina, and officials swear it's no big deal, which is exactly what every disaster character says right before things fall apart, right? The nest was found near the old Savannah River site where the U.S. used to make plutonium during the Cold War, and tests showed that the nests were clocking 100,000 disintegrations per minute, which sounds like either science jargon or a metal band name, which would be pretty cool. I'd check that out. Officials claim it is moderately high radiation, not Chernobyl level, and treated the nest as a nuclear waste. The good news, though, no wasps were found inside. The bad news, that probably means wasps already bailed, and they're out there somewhere, glowing in the dark, and plotting their revenge. Speaking of revenge stories don't get much cleaner than this. A woman in Ohio had her car repossessed by a dealership. So she bought the dealership's name and sent them a cease and desist letter. That's right, the company literally can't use its own name anymore. It started when Tia McCreary financed a Kia through the dealership, only to have the loan pulled and her car repossessed. While looking into legal options, she discovered the dealership never renewed their business name. So she registered it herself and hit them with legal papers, which is pretty petty, but also genius. I mean, come on, the dealership sued her, but so far, court rulings are going in her favor. The next hearing is August 18th, and if she ever loses, there's nothing stopping her from opening her own Tia Kia right next door. In Ohio, a baby was born who technically is older than half the people listening to this. Thaddeus Daniel Pierce was born last week from an embryo that was frozen in 1994, meaning the embryo was chilling out before Wi-Fi, Amazon, and even Friends debuted. The embryo was originally frozen by another family decades ago, but it was made available for adoption. Lindsay and Tim Pierce took the chance and wound up breaking a record. The previous oldest baby born from a frozen embryo was 30 and a half years old. Thaddeus is over 31. The baby's doing fine, and the parents say they weren't aiming for records. They're just trying to have a kid. Still, imagine one day telling him, son, you were conceived when Blockbuster was still alive. File this under low-life crimes. A 27-year-old man in California was arrested for robbing a Little League facility, stealing more than $4,000 worth of equipment. That's right, not banks, not jewelry stores, not even a vending machine, but kids playing baseball. The guy's name is Freddie Solaro Jr., and he wasn't just swiping bats and balls. He targeted storage areas with power tools and valuable gear that he could flip for quick cash, But he was caught on surveillance camera and quickly ID'd because, wait for it, he's got a criminal history. The news even interviewed one of the kids who summed it up perfectly. Why are you stealing from Little League? You're just trying to have fun. Freddie now faces charges that will definitely not look cool in prison. There's no street cred in saying, yeah, I robbed a middle school baseball team. A wedding in White Sulphur Springs, Montana almost didn't happen after vandals trashed the couple's venue the night before the ceremony. We're talking tables flipped, decorations destroyed, beer cans punctured, propane tanks emptied, just full-on sabotage, right? But then the community stepped up. A local hotel donated decorations, a bar brought glassware, grocery stores chipped in, random people at the store started pitching money into the honeymoon fund. By the time the couple walked down the aisle, the venue looked perfect. Travis and Carson Snyder went from having the worst night of their lives to saying it turned into one of the best days ever. Proof that when Montanans hear about trouble, they grab duct tape, coolers, and let's fix this attitude. Remember when Adam Sandler first taught us to putt like a hockey player? Well, apparently we've all been waiting for more. Happy Gilmore 2 just smashed Netflix records with the biggest U.S. opening weekend ever for an original movie. 46.7 million views in just 3 days. That's almost half of America logging in to watch Adam Sandler fight Bob Barker's ghost. Metaphorically, I guess. A sequel success even boosted the original film back into Netflix global top 10 polling 11.4 million extra views from people revisiting the first one. Fans are loving it. It's sitting at 70% audience score in Rotten Tomatoes. Critics are lukewarm at 61%, but who cares? This isn't Oscar bait. It's a golf club to the face entertainment. If you want to feel old, the first Happy Gilmore dropped almost 30 years ago. I just sprouted a gray hair in my nether region, and now we're introducing a whole new generation to the art of screaming at your ball, just go home! And yeah, Shooter McGavin memes are back in full swing, and I'm loving it. The internet's latest mystery, a grainy Ring doorbell clip out of Compton, California. A woman posted security footage that she swears shows a real alien waddling past her porch at 1 a.m. You see this dark figure shuffle by, you hear a few loud bangs, and boom! Cue the conspiracy theories. Alien truthers claim it's proof we've been visited. Skeptics say it's someone taking out the trash in a hoodie, and a Reddit thread even zoomed in frame by frame and found what looks like, a dude hauling garbage with bad posture. The clip also grew up fast and local news stations covered it, and now it's living rent-free in the UFO corners of TikTok. Real alien? I don't know. Person with a mariachi hat? Maybe. A possum with a grocery bag? The truth is out there, but probably smells like yesterday's leftovers. Kraft just committed a culinary crime, or genius move, depending on who you ask. They're releasing pizza-flavored mac and cheese nationwide. Yeah, cheesy noodles mixed with garlic, Italian spices, and the essence of a classic slice. It's available in stores now and even getting a special $1 delivery rollout in New York, Chicago, and Detroit, complete with a pizza-style Kraft delivery box. Part of their back-to-school season, which feels like a cry for help for parents who gave up on vegetables. And Pizza Mac is apparently bold, savory, and basically the love child of two kids' menus. Critics are calling it both trash and comfort in a bowl. But if you grew up making mac and cheese pizzas in college, congrats, Kraft just validated your poor life choices. Spider warning, especially if you live in the Southwest. Tarantula mating season is about to hit California, Texas, Colorado, New Mexico, and Kansas. Translation, thousands of dinner plate-sized spiders are going to be crawling out of their burrows in search for love. The migration happens every summer when male tarantulas go on this long, creepy walkabout to find females, and experts say they're harmless. Their venom isn't deadly to humans, but good luck convincing anyone who's found one on their porch. Here's a wild fact, though. These spiders can live 20 to 30 years, which means some of the ones crawling around right now were born when Friends was still airing new episodes. Wildlife officials are warning drivers to watch for them on the road and for hikers to check their boots. So yeah, maybe don't propose during a picnic in Colorado this month unless you want a furry little wedding crasher. Proof you're never too old for a miracle shot. A golfer in the UK just hit his first ever hole-in-one the day after his 90th birthday. The guy was playing a 200-yard par 3, pulled out his driver, smacked it over a bunker, and watched it roll straight in the cup. The best part, he didn't even realize it went in. His eyesight isn't what it used to be, so his friends had to tell him, hey man, you aced it. And he's been golfing for 30 years and finally nailed the perfect shot. Talk about patience paying off. The clip's making the rounds online because the guy celebrates like a champ. No Tiger Woods fist bump, just a calm, oh neat, like he's done it 100 times. If you needed motivation to keep swinging, there it is. That's it for this week's Fireside News. If you had a laugh, hit that subscribe button. It's the best way to make sure you never miss an episode. We drop new shows every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific, and honestly, the cheapest way to support the channel is to just leave a comment. It bumps us up in the algorithm a little bit, and I love reading what you guys think, okay? So reach out anytime via the comments, and we'll see you next week on Fireside News.